This is the Brother Scan and Cut 2's mat. You'll notice that it's upside down. Ours works a little bit better when it's loaded upside down. So to put the vinyl on, you just put it down, and a new mat, it would just stick. But ours is kind of worn out through extended use, and you can clean it and all that jazz, but an easier solution is just to duct tape each corner down, like so. This is the Brother Scan and Cut 2 to load the mat. Place it in. Again, ours works better upside down because it's a little worn out. And when you're done, press the top right button that looks like a mat, and that loads the mat. Before you cut, lift this latch here, take out your blade. Make sure that your blade is adjusted, so clean, so extend it all the way, make sure it's cleaned out. And then adjust it so it's just under 4. That's the length you want for Decal 651 vinyl. Reload it, press the tab down. Next, you're going to press Pattern, Save Data, USB symbol. Select the file you want to cut. Wait for the device to retrieve it. If you've saved it correctly, this will work. Press OK, and then you can position the objects as you desire on the cutting mat. Okay, you can also flip them if you need to, or resize them here, so you can horizontally flip or resize there. But to resize, the object needs to be away from the edge. Also undo your changes there. When you're done, that's what it looks like on the mat. Press OK, then cut, and then you press start. When it's done cutting, press OK, and then the mat button again, and that unloads the mat. Now, just again, maybe my blade depth was a little bit too deep because there are some upturn turn corners, but if you'll notice, it's not actually in the design, it's outside the design, so it should be okay. Here's the vinyl on the mat. First of all, sit down, remove the duct tape from the corners. Next, take your scissors and cut around the area that was good. Next, you're going to want to do a process called weeding. So you put it down and use your weeding tool. And I like to stab in a corner and lift up, start dragging away, and if it's correct blade depth, it will literally just peel out. Very nice. Okay, left with some kind of stencil that's just garbage. However, part of the weeding process is you then have to go and get the inside of the letters. So like the inside of that are next I'm going to use some transfer tape from a roll. Just cut it out, the piece you need. I'm only going to take this first little bit because that's the size of transfer tape I have. So you just put the transfer tape down. Ideally this wouldn't be done over the mat, I guess. So put the transfer tape down. Now the next bit is a little bit funny. You have to basically push down. I like to use my thumb. There is a tool we have. It's just like you could use a plastic ruler or something like that. Anyways, you need to make sure that the transfer tape is going to pick up the vinyl off of its paper backing, and that requires heat and pressure. Okay, so make sure that you thoroughly do that. Next, you're going to want to lift it to transfer it. This is the application phase. So making sure you rubbed it down, lift up a corner, and if you've rubbed down enough, you see how the vinyl lifts off with the transfer tape. Let's say that E is not lifting, you just put it back down, re-rub it a little bit, lift again. Okay, and there we have the vinyl decal. Now to apply it, you just stick it down on the surface. Very similar process. You now need to make sure that it transfers. So you really want the adhesive on the back of the vinyl to adhere to the table or the page or wherever you're transferring it. So again, you're going to rub, apply pressure and heat, and that should make the decal adhere to the surface you're applying it to. Okay, when you're ready to transfer, okay, you see how that E didn't quite lift, so put it back down, didn't quite adhere, put it back down, rub a little bit more. Now the E transferred, just to make sure, go like that. You can also approach from a different corner, like a slightly different angle, sometimes helps too. You lift it up, everything is transferring well so far, which is great. The corners, like that, is the most likely place to fail, so if that worked, then it's doing very well. That corner too.